You are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 New York Giants are taking on the 0-16 Philadelphia Eagles. And why the Philadelphia Eagles 0-16? Because they suck. They've always sucked. They sucked this year, and the Philadelphia Eagles will always suck. The Eagles suck. And welcome to the Gridiron. Ooh, Giants are not one and done indeed, huh? They continued their season. Heck of a game. Really good game. I mean, obviously, either team could have certainly won. The Giants made a couple more plays. Going to try to recap everything. Before we get started, anybody want to help support my channel? It would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, there's a link, top link in the description box. It sends you to my membership page. Okay, I got 3 different membership levels. First one's called the Saquon. Second one's called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third one is called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them and everything. There's loyalty badges, which are pretty cool. There's 8 different loyalty badges. Each loyalty badge is a different helmet. And the older the helmet is, the longer you've been a supporter of my channel. If you ever get the leather helmet, that means you've been a supporter of my channel for a real long time. There's 4 different emojis. Eventually, there will be a 5th emoji coming out. You can use those, I guess, in the chat box, or if you're going to make a comment or something like that. I had them made on Fiverr. I get a kick out of them every time I look at them. They're really fun. There'll be a 5th emoji coming out eventually, but right now there's 4 of them. But anybody wants to help support my channel, it would mean the absolute world to me. And also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go down, hit the subscribe button, and click that bell icon. That way, next time I go live or put a video out or whatever, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. You can't beat that. And finally, also, in the description box, okay, there's 2 other links. Okay, the first one, the Facebook links. Okay, the top one takes you to a group. Okay, and as of right now, there's over 1,900 members in the group. Okay, it's going crazy right now. So is the page that I have too. I mean, the comments and the things are just going freaking bananas right now after the Giants won, because I've been putting stuff in there and people keep responding to it and all. It's bananas. But in the group, there's over 1,900 members. Okay, I put stuff in there every day. And the beautiful thing is, if you become click the link, become a member of the group, you can put stuff in there as well too. I mean, a lot of people are putting all kinds of stuff in there. I mean, as I said, it's absolutely, it's just crazy, the amount of stuff that's that's going in there. And I said I spent a lot of time putting stuff in there, every day. I mean, easily, I can want to say probably at least 10 things a day. And I said the beautiful thing about it is that if you become a member, you can put stuff in there as well too. All right, so it's just simply crazy. Now, the other link, there's one more link in there. Okay, it takes you to a page. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. Okay, it takes you there, and you can like and follow that, and that's the same thing. I spend like probably at least a half an hour to an hour every day putting stuff in there. Whether it's a picture, a post, a video, something. I'm always spending time in there. I mean, I spend between the YouTube channel, the group, the Facebook group, and the Facebook page, I spend probably at least 3 hours a day. I mean, 7 days a week. It's pretty much a full-time job, which is fine. I absolutely love doing it. I would do this if I never made a penny on it. I mean, it's just so enjoyable, so much fun. I absolutely love doing it. And as I said, so if you go to the page and you like and you follow it and you go to the group and you become a member, there's like easily, I'm going to say, 10, 20, 25, 30 different things going in there every day between a picture, posts, and videos. I mean, a lot of content. So please feel free, go to the group and become a member. Actually, it looks like, all right, we're right now at the member. We just passed the 2,000 member mark. I've been like over 1,900. But I just checked right now. We're over 2,000 members today. We just hit the 2,000 member mark. I'm going to put a post up on that as soon as I get done here with this video. But I said we're over 1,800 people who follow in the page. There's 540 people who like it, and there's over 1,800 people following the page. So, I mean, obviously, with the Giants doing well, that really helps and everything. But please go ahead and like that, follow it, and become a member of the group, and you'll get a boatload of New York Giants stuff every day, guaranteed. And it said, if you're not happy, your money back guaranteed. All right, all that stuff out of the way, boy, I'll tell you, huh? Whew, man, I'll tell you, the season just, I mean, obviously, you never want to lose. Obviously, so the Giants have possibly 3 more games to go, possibly, but as I said, I hate the Eagles, despise the Eagles. I don't want to lose to the Eagles, but if we are to lose to the Eagles or somewhere along the line, the next 3 games, if the Giants are to lose, if it is what it is, I mean, you have to feel very, very proud of this team. What we have, very, very proud. I mean, who would have really thought at the beginning of the season, after Judge got fired, we fired Gettleman and all that, who really thought, okay, that the Giants would, 9-7-1, okay, a lot of injuries, depleted wide receiver group, okay, who would have thought we would have made the playoffs, right, and won a playoff game, and now we're on the, going to the, going to play the Eagles once again, okay, I think it bodes well for the Giants. The problem is the Giants just played a football game, so the Eagles will be a little more rested, but the Eagles could also possibly be maybe a little more rusty too. But I mean, the Giants will be, playing the Eagles for the 3rd time. So they always say the 3rd time's a charm. We'll have to wait and see. The Eagles are a heck of a football team. Offense, defense, the lines, their cornerbacks, their wide receivers, quarterback, I mean, just all around. They're a very solid football team. So that'd be a very, very difficult game for the Giants to win. I mean, they could win. They certainly could win. But boy, I'll tell you this, what a game. I mentioned in my video last night, I said, wouldn't it just be so nice if one time after the referee blows his whistle, after the first quarter's over, right, you actually looked up on the scoreboard and the Giants actually had like points on the board. Trying to think here. Yeah. Because last time we played the Vikings, we didn't score a point in the first quarter. I mean, it was just starting slow, and it's kind of tough to start slow. And because you really kind of knew the Vikings, no matter what, I mean, they were going to get some points. The Giants held them to 24. Basically, it's pretty much what they held them to last time was 24 points. They kicked the long field goal at the end. But I mean, with 5 seconds to go in the game, the Vikings had 24 points. So it held them. The Giants did some very nice things with Justin Jefferson. I mean, Justin Jefferson had 7 receptions, but I mean, he only had, I think I was reading, he had like 22 yards receiving in the second half, which is just, I mean, you're thinking about like the best wide receiver and pretty, you could certainly make the case to the best wide receiver in all football. I mean, he had 128 catches, I think it was. I mean, Hockenson got his catches, but I really, really think obviously between, Adoree Jackson, Xavier McKinney being out there, okay, it really, really helped immensely. Now, Kirk Cousins was 31 out of 39. I mean, my God, he completed. I mean, that's well over 75%. Let's see here. Because 30 out of 40 would be 75%. So this is 31 out of 39. Let's go calculator. 31 divided by 39, 79, almost 80% passes. But there were a lot of short ones because what the hell can he get? Kirk Cousins, 273 yards. I mean, he averaged 7 yards a pass. I mean, that's very, very, that's respectable. It's nothing super crazy, but it's just a lot of short passes. Hockenson, had a great game. I mean, so Hockson's 23 receptions against us in the 2 games. But Adam Thielen caught 3 passes for 50 yards. Justin Jefferson caught 7 for 47. I think he had 25 yards receiving in the first half. The second half, I think he had 22 yards receiving in the whole second half. So whatever they were doing, worked out well. Unfortunately, they had to give up something. And then once again, they had to give up Hawkinson. Might be, maybe, possibly, kind of, maybe the same thing that next week. They might have to give up Goddard. Right? Maybe, possibly. I mean, if they're going to try to cover Brown, I mean, they got to do something. They got to take one of those guys away. I mean, you can't let Brown beat you. Right? I mean, if Hurts throws it deep, Brown's got to be covered. You can't just let him just wing it up there deep and just have Brown outmuscle our defender. Okay, so let's see. It'd be interesting to see what they wind up doing. But I mean, Osborne had what Osborne had. I think Osborne had 60 receptions on the season. I believe it was. He had 2 receptions. Dalvin Cook caught 6 passes, but there was for 10 yards. Yeah, what we do. Okay. But a lot of short passes. I mean, Irv Smith Jr. caught 1 pass for 3 yards. Madison, 1 pass for 2 yards. Kirk Cousins caught a pass for -2 yards. Dalvin Cook, 6 receptions for 10 yards. Johnny Munt, 1 pass for 12 yards. Osborne, 2 receptions for 20 yards. I mean, a lot of guys, a lot of short receptions, right? As I said, Jefferson scored 22 yards, had 22 receiving yards in the second half. We didn't get any sacks at all, but we got some pressure. Now, I think that call on Sexy Dexy. I mean, that bullshit call, absolute freaking bullshit. You got it, brother. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah. I mean, that was a bullshit calling Sexy Dexy. I think it seemed like maybe kind of they were kind of going in knowing that maybe they were going to be in some trouble. So they tried to get a lot of short stuff, keep Kirk Cousins upright as much as possible. Don't let him stand in a pocket too much and try to survey the field. So let's get a lot of short stuff. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we got 11 hits on him, according to ESPN. Now, I mean, I made totally official, but obviously they had us with no sacks, but 11 hits. And, of course, the bullshit call on Dexter Lawrence there at the end. Bullshit. But it seemed like their game plan was kind of going in there, like let's get the ball out of Kirk Cousins. A lot of short. I mean, you complete 80% of your passes. You're not throwing the ball 50 yards down the field consistently. Hey, let's complete 80% of our pass. Let's throw them, 75 yards down. That's not what what I mean. So obviously, it was a lot of short, quick stuff. They had some phenomenal receivers, right? They get open. Kirk Cousins is a very good quarterback, right? So and obviously they want him standing in the pocket too long. Now, the interesting thing we'll have to wind up saying is what happens to Azeez. Once again, the freaking guy can't stay healthy to save his life. I mean, so we'll have to. He came off the field. So we'll have to hope and keep your fingers crossed that he'll be okay for next week, as we could use all hands on deck against Mr. Hurts, and we need to get hits on him because I'm down here in the Philadelphia area, okay, and his shoulders kind of sore and all that. I know they were really happy they didn't have to play this weekend because he was sore. So if he's sore this weekend, he'll be sore next weekend. The Giants got to get some hits on him. Got to hit they got to hit him. Whether they sack him or not, they got to get in there and they got to hit him. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Especially hit that throwing shoulder. Hit, boom, hit him. You know what I mean? Whatever. Hit him. Soar it up, baby. They just hit the mother. Hit him. But I mean, and Daniel, what can you say? Daniel Jones with his legs, right? With the passing. He was, he was very, very, very good numbers. 24 out of 35. Right. So that's almost that's maybe about 67%. If let's see here, 24 divided by 35. Oh wow, 68.5%. Almost 69. If you round it up, it'd be 69%. So he completed almost 70% of his passes. It would have been 70. It should be 25 out of 35 if Darius Slayton caught the ball with about 3 minutes to go. Yeah, I guess I guess it's Daniel Jones's fault. I guess because he hit him in the hands right here. I guess I don't know. Maybe Slayton likes it. Maybe it bouncing off the side of his helmet. Maybe that's how he catches the. I don't know. But I guess it's Daniel Jones's fault. They have to work on that. Don't hit him right here in the hands anymore. We can't throw the ball to Darius Slayton right here as he's running across the middle. Hit him in stride right here. Can't do that no more. So we have to throw that play out there. That play will be in a scrap heap. Yeah. I was just like shaking my head. I can almost just, thank goodness the defense, made the stand there. Because I was just almost seeing Darius Slayton, he caught the ball in stride, running. Okay, quite possibly getting the first down, maybe getting in, getting down inbounds, keep the clock running. The Vikings had no timeouts left. Then the Giants could have got it down to about maybe 2 minutes and 20 seconds, whatever, somewhere around there. They could have ran the ball or took a knee or something, got it down to the 2-minute warning. Okay. Then there's no more timeouts. Then the Giants would have been third down. Okay. They could have ran another play or something, got it down to maybe a minute 20. And they could have possibly been in maybe field goals. They could have tried to run the ball maybe 3 times or so, got the ball in the field goal range, and let's see, they got the ball down. Let's see, they could have got it down maybe about a minute 20, somewhere around there, and maybe kicked the field goal. If they could have gotten in the Graham Gano's range, especially if they ran the ball a couple times and put himself up maybe by 10 points, that might have done the game. And the other thing was, that illegal shift that they had the 2 guys in motion at the same time that took away the freaking touchdown. The Giants could have gone up 21-7. And I was always saying to myself, I wonder if that 4 points is going to matter at the end of the game. Thank goodness it didn't. But Daniel Jones runs the ball in. They're up 20-7. Kick the extra point. It's 21-7. But the flag comes out. We had 2 guys motion at the same time. I think Daniel Bellinger started moving early when he shouldn't have. So that took 4 points off the board right there. So the Giants really should have been 35-24. Thankfully, at least the Giants, they one thing they really had to do. Well, it was 2 things that would have been nice. One would have been get a turnover. They didn't get it. Once again, 2, we got to give the Vikings all the credit in the world. Kirk Cousins, 2 clean games, right? They didn't put the ball on it. There's no fumbles. Giants didn't get no fumbles, recoveries, either game, right? But at least the Giants cleaned it up. The Giants had a couple costly penalties. Dexter Lawrence's that bullshit call, that kept the drive alive. I said that the one on Daniel Bellinger that took a touchdown off the board, right? So they had a couple penalties, costly penalties, but the mistakes with Darius Slayton dropping the ball. But you got to be happy that they didn't have any turnovers. The clean, no block punts, right? No interceptions, no fumbles. There was nothing, right? Neither team, as far as I can remember here. The Giants, really, really very good job. 28 first downs, was it? Yeah, the Giants had 28 first downs. Yeah, neither team had a turnover. Very, very, very good. Very solid game. The Giants had 15 rushing first downs. 15 passing first downs, 11 rushing first downs. The Giants were 7 out of 13 in third down efficiencies, 2 out of 2 and 4th down. So basically between third and 4th down, the Giants were 9 out of 15. Okay, they held the Vikings to 4 out of 10 on third down conversions. The Giants once again had, surpassed what the Vikings did. The Giants had over 400 yards of offense once again, 431. Last time they would have 400 and what? They had 445 last time. Okay, last time the Vikings had 350. This time the Vikings had 332. So the Giants even held them to less yards this time. Okay. But it's nice to see because the Vikings, their defense is not, is not, really special. Okay, and the Giants once again, I'm looking at a replay here that penalty they called on Dexter Lawrence, absolute just a bullshit call. But I mean, it's nice to see the Giants were able to capitalize. I mean, the Giants had a rather weak. Their defense is just weak. Okay, and the Giants were able to take advantage of that. What did they have? 142 rushing yards. They ran the ball 30 times. Last time they only ran it 21. They passed it 42, ran it 21. So basically, the last time we played, we passed it 2 times for every time we ran. This time, let's say, we rushed the ball 30 times and we passed it 35. So it was almost like 1 for 1. Okay. So very, very good. 142 yards rushing, 289 yards passing. I mean, just very, very solid. Very, very solid game overall. I mean, we had that one long drive. I mean, the Vikings only had the ball 8 times. The Giants had it 9, which was like the last drive of the game, right? But I mean, the time before that, the Vikings had the ball 12 times last time. The Giants had 11. Okay. There was more passing, I guess, going on and all and everything. But this time, the Giants, that one long drive that, oh my goodness. What was it? Play-by-play. Here we go. It was a 20-play drive. Was that what the heck it was? I mean, the Vikings go up 7-0. I mean, it's like, oh boy, here we go again. But the Giants responded. As I said, it was so nice. At the end of the first quarter, the Giants actually had 14 points on the board. I mean, I'm so used to after the quarter's over with, so used to it, right? That you look at the first quarter's over. Oh yeah, Giants don't have any points yet. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe we'll score in the second quarter, maybe, and then maybe we'll try to score some more in the second half. I mean, it's just how many times we start slow, right? It's so nice just to get some points on the board, and those two touchdowns. I mean, the Giants were very, very consistent. I mean, they went the first drive, 5 plays, 75 yards. That was nice. Then they had the 4 plays for 81 yards. Oh, then of course, then the one that there was the field goal, which should have been the touchdown, was 20-play drive, 85 yards, almost 10 minutes and 52 seconds, almost an 11-play drive, 20 plays. You know how hard it is to go 20 plays without screwing something up? 80 yards, 85 yards, was it? Did I say 85 yards? Almost an 11-minute drive, 20 plays. I mean, wow. So basically, I mean, and then they got the ball back again, and it was just about halftime. So basically, every time they had the ball, they scored in the first half. Okay. Then they got the ball again, right? The first drive of the second half, right? They scored. So they're up 24-14. Then they punted. Then they scored another touchdown. Okay. Then they had to punt again. But I mean, it's like the smart thing, what I like was Daniel Jones, when he had the ball, it was like 3.5 minutes to go, whatever it was. He was kind of rolling out and was looking to throw the ball downfield. There's nobody. I mean, if there was somebody like wide open, I'm sure he would have thrown it, possibly completed it. Hopefully, he didn't see anybody. So what did he do? He took the sack. He kind of went down. He took the sack, kept the clock running, forced the Vikings to take their final timeout. So then after that, there was no time. They had no time. They just had the 2-minute warning. That's the only way they could stop the clock. So it was kind of like, well, what do you do? It was the 3rd and 16, I think it was. So I said, well, are we going to try to throw a ball and complete a 16-yard pass and maybe have it be incomplete and stop the clock and help the Vikings out? No, they went for it. Slayton's running wide open across the middle, wide open. I mean, and I was just like, man, I hope that does not come back to bite us in the ass. I really hope it don't. I mean, thankfully, the Giants, held on. And how about Kirk Cousins, huh? On 4th down with 4th and 8, right? He throws the ball 2 yards down the field to Hockenson. Well, Xavier McKinney made the stop, right? And put an end to that. Well, it was the pressure. We started getting pressure. I think Sexy Dexy was collapsing the pocket, right? And he feeling the pressure, and he just got rid of the ball. Hockenson was over there. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why Hockenson decided to. I don't know why. We need 8 yards. Let me go 2. Okay, you go for it, brother. So he went 2 yards and caught the pass, and that's where the drive stopped, and that was the game over. So, But I'll tell you what, how about Isaiah Hodgins too, huh? Did we find, maybe a old diamond in the rough there? Huh? What let me see here. I didn't I forgot to look at all the stats here. Let's see here. Box score. Okay, here we go. Hodgins, 8 receptions, 105 yards, another touchdown. I mean, talking about consistency. Slayton with 4. Okay, once again, 4 for 88. Had that nice 47-yarder. Saquon had 5 for 56. Okay, which is good for him. He averaged 11.2 yards a reception, which for him is big. Richie James scored 4 balls. Once again, he's very, very consistent. He catches like 4 to 7 or 4 to 8 catches a game. Bellinger caught 2. And Lawrence Cager was in there. He got 1. But how about Isaiah Hodgins? And then the thing is, you got to remember, like with Isaiah Hodgins, how much better he'll be, okay, if we actually have other weapons on the field. I'm not saying Darius Slayton's not a weapon. I'm not saying Richie James ain't a weapon. I'm saying if we can actually get, I'm saying some, you know, um, you somebody go out and scare you. I mean, we're going to get Wan'Dale Robinson back next year, okay? Hopefully we sign Sterling Shepard. Okay, but none of those guys scare you. Okay, Sterling Shepard caught that one long one against the Titans this year. Okay, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, there's nobody that we bring to the line of scrimmage. You're like, whoa, 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 he's over there. Yeah, I mean, I mean, like a Justin Jefferson, right? Tyreek Hill, you know, Chase, right? Who's playing for the Bengals tonight. I mean, somebody like, with the Eagles, Brown or ABCD Lamb with the Cowboys. Imagine saying if we could get ourselves that number 1 wide receiver, okay, and then you couple him up with like a Bellinger, right, and a Wan'Dale Robinson. Maybe I said Sterling Shepard's. Hopefully re-sign him, okay, on the cheap because he all he does is get injured. All right. But I said Wan'Dale Robinson, Sterling Shepard, got Isaiah Hodgins in there. I said Bellinger. But I said we can get ourselves a nice wide receiver, a nice scary wide receiver out there. Everybody else is going to be better. Everybody, right? Saquon Barkley is going to get better. The running game is going to get better. Everything's going to get better, right? Daniel Jones might even get better. I mean, he's done phenomenal this year. Yes, I mean, man, good game. I mean, they started out early. They were very consistent with scoring. Okay, they had the nice 2 scores in the second half, to complement the scores they had in the first half. I mean, literally, they really could have had 5 touchdowns if that one penalty didn't wipe out the touchdown by Daniel Jones. No turnovers. That's what they're going to need to do against the Eagles. I mean, they're going to need to do this against the Eagles this week coming up. I mean, they have to play sound defense, and I know a lot of what I'm hearing, about as far as like what the Giants played the Eagles last time. The Eagles' offense was very vanilla. Nothing really super duper crazy. I mean, with that, you start looking. I mean, the Giants' backups certainly did good, but don't think just the Giants' backups were in there. We only lost by 6 points. I mean, of course, the Eagles were playing to win the game, but I mean, a lot of what I'm hearing is that it was a very watered down kind of offense that they ran. Giants did very good. Okay. But hopefully now with Adoree Jackson back, okay, that'll help us even more. We put all our starters in there. Hopefully, Jason Pinnock. I heard he went to the hospital, but he came back afterwards. Okay, and said he was feeling okay. So hopefully, knock on wood, he'll be okay for the Eagles game. Okay, carted off, went to the hospital, but was there at the end of the game in the locker room with the team. So hopefully he's okay. Let's just hope Azeez Ojulari, because he got get hurt once again. Poor guy can't stay healthy. We're going to need all the help we can get. And it said this is what the Giants are going to have to do next week. We can't beat ourselves, right? If the Eagles beat us or the Giants lose next week, the Eagles have to beat us. Can't beat ourselves, right? Once again, like I said, no bad special teams play. We got to be careful with the penalties. And the turnovers would be huge. I mean, we got to, turnover-free game, and likewise, if we can get some turnovers from the Eagles, right, once again, that would be huge, But don't know when each team is playing, right? I'll have to wait and see. We still got the game going on right now. Last time I checked, the Ravens were beating the Bengals, but that was like early. It was like 10-9, but that was in the beginning of the second half. So that game's getting close. Like, I'm sure that game's in the fourth quarter. So I want to finish watching the rest of that. And then, of course, we got the Cowboys and the Bucks tomorrow. So we got the Giants are the lowest seed. The Eagles are the top seed. So therefore, they're playing each other. So now you got them. So now you got the 49ers, right, who are number 2. So the 49ers are going to play the winner of the Bucks and the Cowboys. Okay. So, I mean, whoever wins the Bucks and the Cowboys are going to have to go out to the left coast, and that's going to be a tough game. I mean, the 49ers looking good, really, really looking good. But so we still got one more game. While we got the rest of this game here, right? The Bengals and the Ravens. But then we got one more game on Monday night, and we'll see who winds up playing in the Final Four, shall we say, of the NFC. Now, if the Cowboys wind up winning, you're going to have 3 teams from the NFC East in the Final Four: Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, and then you're going to have the 49ers. So the NFC East looks like they're going to be a beast for some time. But tell you what, it feels so good, doesn't it? We get to play one more game. Now, hopefully, if and when this roller coaster rides for the New York Giants, who knows? It could end next weekend. Hopefully not. It can end the following week. Who knows? But it feels good. So we played, 17 games. This is our 18th game. It feels really, really good. It's an honor. It feels so good to be playing a 19th game in the season. And not only so much, this, okay, but I mean, just going forward. I mean, as I said, we don't wind up winning the Super Bowl this year. We hold our heads up high. Okay, we had a nice season, and that between Shane and Dable and company, okay, we're steering this ship in the right direction, and good times are ahead for the New York Football Giants. So, we got a lot of good things to look forward to for the New York Giants, and this victory here over the Minnesota Vikings was yes. Feels so good, doesn't it? Well, guys, it's been 32 minutes. I got a couple people gave me thumbs up. Thank you so much. Got D3C3 Pishin. Let's go. And thank you for your comment. Anybody spent any time at all watching this? Yes, Giants, or anybody spends any time at all watching and replay this, once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You guys absolutely freaking rock. And as always, guys, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah. We're in the playoffs.